welcome back to my channel if you're coming back, and welcome if you're new here. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're gonna go over the planners that didn't work for 2023, and there are about 7, I believe, because we all know that. Well, if you watch my videos, and a lot of other people I've noticed watching too, it's been the year of trial and error. There we go. And yeah, so I don't regret anything, and I still occasionally use some of these planners just so I feel like I'm not wasting them. But these are the ones that didn't make the cut for the rest of this year, or I've used them for a couple of months, and then I decided if they weren't going to work or not, and that's kind of how the whole process went. So just getting right into it, starting with standard TNs. So, and it's really weird because I just love like a traveler's notebook. Like the covers, I don't know why, but I've been literally, okay, so I keep them in the cloth and paper drawstring bags. And then I have 3 standard. Oh, well, let me zoom out a little bit. Sorry about that. I have 3 standards, and I've only set up one, which is the camel, but I have the brown. See, it's nothing in it except the one insert that it comes with, and the black. And I love them. I love them so much, and I don't want to get rid of them, but I just don't know how to incorporate them into my system. And I haven't been journaling in 2023. I do want to journal in 2024. I haven't really decided about the whole method of how I'm going to journal though, or if I'm going to use prompts, or what I'm going to journal in. I would like to journal in one of these, or all of them. I don't know, like use one for each season. Or like I could change my covers all the time too. I can probably change these covers too, right? I just find them a little bit more tedious to use, and a bit more tedious to set up. And like, because when I say tedious to use, I just feel like the inserts are slipping around all over the place, and I can never get them lined up quite properly, and especially with the extra vellums and stuff that I add in. Like this, it's never the right size. I cut them down to, and I know that's totally on me, but it's just annoys me. And yeah, so I have like a monthly insert there. I have this canvas pouch. I have the other side of this glossy pouch, which I love. It's my favorite thing in here. And then I have this journaling insert, this graph one. So I did a little bit there. But see how they never stay lined up there? And then I just never know. I have the hardest time decorating these too. Like the hardest time. Like okay, I'm not going to say it again, but hardest out of anything else that I planned. And another thing is they're traveler's notebooks, and I know you don't have to travel to use them, but I did 0 traveling in the past. Actually, that's such a lie. I went to LA. I'm from Canada in British Columbia. I went to LA, Los Angeles to see Taylor Swift this year. So I'm just kicking myself in the face or the mouth or the ass there, whatever the saying is. So no, I'm not going to feel sorry for myself that I'm saying I didn't travel. I did travel, so I was really lucky to do that. But I never journaled about it, and I really wish I had have. So, but I didn't bring one of these. Maybe I would have if I did. But basically, anyways, these I want to use, but I haven't been able to figure out how to quite use them yet. And how when I have tried to use them, I've just gotten a little bit irritated about the setup, and I feel like it's a little inconvenient. But I love them, and I have 2 passport cases too. So go figure. And the next one is, okay, so the next one is a Hichi cousin, but I actually can't find my Hichi cousin. It's somewhere in my office, somewhere buried deep away. I used it for a couple months, but the thing about the Hichi cousin is that I was really bad at the weeklies. Like I really wanted to make them look beautiful, like a lot of people on YouTube do. I know you're not supposed to compare yourself, but I couldn't help it. That's kind of the aesthetic I wanted to go for, and like Copy Monsters Co. and stuff like that. But I never reached that goal, and I never used the daily pages. Like I was really inconsistent with them, so I felt like that was a big waste. Even though I could go back and journal in them, I still felt like it was a big waste. And I did use the monthlies because I can use monthlies in anything, and it's an A5 size, which is okay, but it's not super portable, which is I don't do a lot of traveling around, so that's not a huge issue for me. But so the cousin just didn't work out for me. And looking at my notes, because I have my notes on everything just so I don't miss anything. Yeah, no, that's basically it. So the next planner I have here, and it's pocket rings. And this one kills me because I love pocket rings. Okay, first thing everyone says is that it's so cute because it is so dang cute. And I have so many pocket planners. I've bought so much pocket planner stuff for pocket rings. Like so many inserts, printable inserts, like dividers, page lifters, dashboards, like jelly covers, so much stuff. And just because I love it, and it's always the cheapest thing too, right? So you just throw it in. And also too, when you're printing, if you do the multiple print on an Adobe, so I always combine a personal size dashboard with a pocket size dashboard. I combine them because I have Adobe Pro, and then they go on like one like screen, and then you can print them both at the same time on one sheet of paper, and they both fit. So I really like doing that because the personally when you do that, like you can't do it with two A5s or anything like that, but that's just a little random thing. But it's just a little bit too small, and I would use this if I didn't have a personal planner. So this would be my second choice because I really do like it and I find it functional, and like I don't find it's a little small, but I could totally make it work. And yeah, no, I'm just housing some old dashboards and inserts in here. Yeah, that's basically it. I never did anything wrong or anything like that. It's always been good to me. But that's the pocket planner. And then the next one, I don't think it's gonna fit in the frame, but it's the Happy Planner, and I believe this is the classic size. These are not the rings that came with it. These are some rings that I bought off Amazon, and they're massive. I definitely don't need rings that big, but whatever. And I just really loved the aesthetic of this Happy Planner. And I'll kind of flip through it a little bit. So you have, and I loved the tabs here for the months, and I love having all the months together, and they're so sturdy and they're really cute. And at the beginning of each month, you get the kind of a dashboard here, which I found actually really useful. And then you see it's hard to turn sometimes, and then because it's plastic rings, but that's okay. It doesn't really bother me. And yeah, so they have really cute like dashboards, and I love the size. I just love the size of the boxes. Nothing's wasted here. Really simple. As you can see, like I said, I can use them monthly in anything. The paper is really nice. It's not very portable, obviously, but again, I don't do a lot of moving around, so that doesn't bother me again. But the thing I didn't like was the weeklies. These were just not for me. Like you obviously put your to-dos there, and then I would put like appointments or like big things that were happening during the day there, and then down here I didn't really know what to put down here, and I felt like I totally wasted it. And I don't use a ton of sticker kits. Well, I don't use any sticker kits actually, so I felt like all the inspiration that I was watching on YouTube wasn't like adorning to me, because like I don't use those things, but I just love watching them regardless. But yeah, so here's another cover. I'll just kind of flip through the covers quickly as I'm talking. And then yeah, so, and I found like the weeklies a little bit confusing, to be honest. It's just not my brain doesn't like that layout. And what else? That's basically it. And oh yeah, sorry, there's no notes in here. Trying to collect my thoughts again. There's so many things swarming around in my brain for all the different planners. So yeah, there's no notes pages really. I think there's like a couple at the end, but like you have your monthly here, your weekly, and then that little functional dashboard here that you can use for setting goals and important dates and stuff. And then it goes right into the next month. And then at the back, you have, oh my gosh, you have no notes, or you have the back side of the last page for noted. So yeah, and I know you can buy inserts too for them to. I find another thing about Happy Planner is that it's pretty expensive, and that's like hilarious coming from someone who has like bought a Gilio or like a Vanderspec or any kind of those planners, like invested in those, because those are obviously much more expensive. But I guess it just depends on what you want to spend your money on. Like I find I don't want to buy, because you can't print, or can you print these? Can you print these? I'd have to measure them. Actually, sorry, I should have done that before the video. I don't know if you can print this size. I have to, dang it, I need to get my ruler, but Hang on, I'm going to get my ruler here. I've had this ruler for years, since high school, I believe. But it still works the same. It's all the same measurements, right? So, okay, let's see. So, regular sheet of paper, a letter-sized sheet of paper is 8.5 inches by 11 inches. So this is, okay, so this is 7 inches. So we could print that end. And then this is like almost 9.5. So well, I think we could actually print these from the printer, which is awesome because I love printables. I find it a lot cheaper and more convenient than buying printed inserts. And that was another thing that didn't appeal to me about the Happy Planner, is that I thought you had to buy pretty much everything. I do have an arc punch that I got from Staples to make the mushroom punches. It's not that good. I would recommend the Levenger one. I've heard really good things about that. I haven't actually used it. I wouldn't recommend the arc one. It's just, it doesn't make the mushrooms deep enough, so the papers don't stay on quite that well. But, so, anywho, that is basically a long-winded reason why the Happy Planner just was not for me. Except the Happy Planner Mini, I really, really love. I love that size. And I have one set up for notes. So I take, okay, I'm not going to fiddle around with that. See, I can't even close it. So I use the Happy Planner Mini for notes. And then the next one that we're going to is the Cloth and Paper Spiral Yearly Planner. And this comes out in the, I'm subscribed to their sub boxes. And every November, this gets sent out. And basically I took the vellum off here. They had a beautiful sheet of really thick vellum. So I ripped it out and I cut it down to personal size so I could keep it in that planner that I actually use. And okay, so one of the things that I really love is that I love this crystal clear dashboard, or this cover, sorry. I just love anything like glossy and clear just like this. This year they came out with a frosted one and I'm not a fan. But, and also too, the alignment of the cover, it comes up really high. It's just very odd. But, so I really like the cover, but I has the monthlies like usual. I'm not a fan of the horizontal. I prefer the vertical boxes, definitely. So I gave this a try, going through, and I just found it very repetitive. That's kind of hilarious too, coming from me that uses a ton of the planners and uses the same thing. But I've been finding ways for each planner that I use to have a specific purpose, and that I'm not repeating anything unnecessarily in my mind. But so, yeah, I cut these out because, okay, so I'm going on a tangent here. I wanted to try this is an A5 size, so I ripped these out and I cut off these little holes here, just right at the edge, and then I hole punched it with my A5 hole punch, and it's a little bit thinner than an actual A5 insert, but it worked perfectly fine for in my rings planner. So I just wanted to try that to see if I would like the inserts even more. See, I started here, but I never finished it. And I just kind of it all fizzled out for me. So, and also too, I use the vertical weeklies that are dated and lined in my personal size planner. So I already have this layout of the monthly, and I already have this layout of this front, like goals, intentions, and bills due that I already fill out in my personal. So everything just felt really redundant in this planner. And yeah, that's kind of why I didn't really like the spiral planner. And next up, we're almost at the end of it, is A6 rings. So again, I like A6 rings, but I find it a little bit too square for me. And I know a lot of people say that, but it's kind of true. I just find it a little, I like the personal size, obviously. That's what I use for my everyday carry. Sorry, what's this fluff? Dog hair, of course. It always has to make an appearance. But I bought like 4 A6 planners because I just went on an A6 kick. I don't know what I was thinking. But they were like a couple of 3 Moterms and 1 print impression. So they weren't like super, super expensive, but they were still decently, like, you're using your money right for stuff that you're not going to use, or that you thought you were going to use, but you're actually not. I kind of knew in the back of my head too that I wasn't going to stick with it, but I got kind of like hyper focused on like setting them up and trying to make it work. But yeah, so I really like the setup that I did in this one, and I bought some stuff from like different shops for it, and I brought printables and stuff. So I gave it a good try too. Like I said, I tried it for a few months, and it was a little bit too square. And then I find that like my stuff was a little bit squished for some reason, even though I know it's a decent size to write in. And then I just love the personal more when it came down to it. If I had to choose, and I didn't want to like carry around 2 everyday carries. So I went with the personal size, but I just feel like, so I kind of come back to this every now and then just to set it up, just to fill in the inserts because I don't want to waste them, and just kind of play around in it. Like I have some dailies filled out there, and then, but I'm not buying any more things for it. That's a no. But I don't know, maybe in the future I'll sell them. I don't know if is A6 really popular for Moterms to sell. I'm not totally sure. But so I have that. So that was a no-go for me. And then the last one is another A6, and it's a little Wonderland 222. So as you can see, I even bought a Caspersico cover for it, which I'm obsessed with the floral pattern. Side note, I'm waiting for her to restock the passport size in the floral jelly pattern and the and another one. They're all sold out. They've been sold out for so long too. I asked her when they were gonna like go and restock, and she didn't have an answer, which is okay, totally. I know she's a busy shop and stuff, but I just miss them so bad. But anyways, so this is a Moterm cover that I use that I bought too. It wasn't too expensive. I got it on sale on AliExpress, and I just set it up with some deco, and I kind of did a little bit more decorating here. Like I tipped in some stuff to make it like, you know, always got to do the deco, right? And I'll be very, very honest. Okay, I was going to use this for dailies, and where I got my inspiration from was Amanda Lee Plans, and I just loved, I love her aesthetic. I love her style, and I love like all the setup she does, and like the way she plans, and like how it looks and everything. And I'll be totally honest, I was just trying to replicate what she was doing because I just was so enamored with it, and it just failed. I don't have, I can't do it the exact same way as her. And I know I shouldn't be because she's a different person and everyone has their own style of planning and writing and using stickers, etc., etc. But I just really wanted it to look like a little bit more like hers. And then I just kind of got turned off of it when it just kind of failed. But it's a good idea. But also, too, I really like my dailies with my weeklies, or I like it together a bit more. I didn't want to carry another book around all the time. I just wanted to carry my everyday carry or my brain dump book with me. So for my schedule, or my everyday carry for my schedule. So, or a hobo weeks for my schedule, just one book. So I found that it didn't work out for me. But the size, I like the size of the A6 more in the Wonderland 222 than I do of it in the rings. I don't know why, but so I have a lot of blank pages, but I'll fit them up one day. Also, too, I wasn't quite a big fan of the paper. I like thicker paper. I'll just come out and say it. I'm not like, I like the Hobonichi paper, but I'm not like in love with it. I just really like thicker paper. So this was kind of like bummer, but I knew what I was buying when I did. But anyway, so I know I kind of went through that all fast. I didn't want to take too much of your time up. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. And I hope I clarified everything okay. And thank you so much for watching and being here. It's awesome. Yeah. And then I will talk to you guys in the next one. Again, thanks so much. Bye.